guys, and welcome to the first ever episode of Remember When, the show that basically asks you just that. Remember when shows, cartoons, sports, or whatever have you was actually good and worth watching? Remember when it was worthwhile waking up on a Saturday morning? Well, I'm here to tell you that I'm going to be bringing those very things back to you here and now. And our first major topic is going to be, you guessed it, Darkwing Duck. We open up with the mighty masked mallard himself, DW, Darkwing for short and stuff like that. We open up with him taking on the chores of breakfast. Tell me something, seriously, and I'm going to stop here for just a moment. How many of you guys wouldn't love a breakfast obstacle course like this?
Alrighty, stay sharp, stay fit, stay fed. Go! Yes! A new world's record! Everything a champion needs for breakfast. Except the milk. I always forget the milk.
Because seriously, what is there not to love about this tangerine kicking, butter shooting, cereal catching chowhound duck? I mean, really, there's nothing I don't love about Darkwing. But, we can't talk about Darkwing Duck without talking about the villains. And I'm not going to go into the entire rogues gallery of villains because there's way too much to talk about here and now. So we're going to focus on the very first episode's villain, Taurus Bulba. He was basically the kingpin to Darkwing's Spider-Man. I mean, seriously. This guy operated his very own office out of his very own prison cell, under the stupid nose of the warden. I mean, seriously, how lame is your security if you're allowing a major criminal to hide his organization inside the prison? Who does that? Don't believe me? Watch and check this out. This thing has more transformations than Autobot City. So, basically we cut ahead to Darkwing chasing after some clues now. And for those who haven't seen this episode, Taurus Bulba's plan is basically to steal some weapon called the Ramrod. Sorry, I can't. Ramrod. Anyway, then we got guys playing Dig Dug in the streets and oh shit, a train! And then... So, this is, don't try this at home, kids. Have to put that there right now. Don't try this at home. And, typical guards, and the old Wile E. Coyote, true shit! Oh, and in seconds, look at that, in seconds, their clothes are taken, just like that. But yeah, enter the Stooges. All the Stooges, and one decides not to take a jacket. He decides to, I'm gonna go in my business suit looking like, I'm Al Capone and shit with horns. And them horns work, though. He puts in work with them horns. And there it is. The weapon. The weapon that will destroy the world. The Ramrod. What does it do? It destroys the world, I guess. But Darkwing's like, nah, you can't destroy this city. It's my city. It's on my watch. Look at me in all my glory. Oh, damn. So here we basically see Darkwing getting the drop on these two guys after he faked his own death. I don't even know how he did that, but, you get shot point blank and stuff. And, what are we doing here? I mean, I know he doesn't have any girlfriend, at this point in the show, but seriously, I didn't know you swung that way, DW. Needless to say, Ouch, that hurt. Needless to say, Darkwing fails to stop the theft of the Ramrod. And we are treated to a nice aerial scene here, where Darkwing shows us what he took from the Big Bad Bat's showcase of toys. I mean, honestly, am I the only one watching this right now who thinks that he should be able to naturally fly? I mean, ducks fly, don't they? They don't need gadgets and show. Man, we don't need that either. Now, don't worry. This is a cartoon after all, so obviously this is not going to kill him. So, as he falls and falls and falls and falls and crashes, and on the subject of crashing, I gotta say, I was so happy to see the return of one of my favorite characters in here, the master of crashing. You guessed it, the one, the only,
Launchpad McQuack.
Now, to be perfectly honest, I'm gonna stop fanboying for a minute here and just, go on a rant a little bit and say that I am kind of upset with Disney about the fact that they kind of dumbed down Launchpad's character in this series. I mean, in DuckTales, he had a little bit more bravery, and I mean, come on, in the first episode of DuckTales, he was instrumental in helping Scrooge find that sacred treasure he was looking for. Well, okay, maybe not instrumental, but you gotta have a good pilot. And this is what Darkwing sought out. When he saw Launchpad, they hated each other. Well, no, not they hated. He loved him. Launchpad was Darkwing's biggest fan. Wanting to be like him, wanting to do everything like him, wanting to just be there for him, like a best friend, like a sidekick. And in this cartoon, sidekick is not a dirty word. But as you can see, Launchpad again is being instrumental here. He's the pilot, he's the guy, and the guy that damn near rammed that bird and Ramrod and shit. Anyway, so let me go back to my fanboying. And Taurus Bulba here is operating. Now, this is how badass Bulba is. He's commanding his bird by TV. By the TV around the birds. Oh, God, it cracked him, brought him up there. And once again, and drop right out of the plane. I mean, seriously, Launchpad. Okay, well, so Launchpad's nowhere to be found. So falling and falling and falling and falling. There we go. There's the man. There's the padster. And he's still alive. So the bird's like, you know what? I'm not having this. We're going to clip your wings once and for all. So at this point in the series, this is a really, really good fight scene. I'm sorry I'm not displaying any audio here, but this was just what made Darkwing amazing. This was just, the choreography, the stupidity sometimes. I mean, how do you crash through all of that and live? Why? Because you got Launchpad. Oh! Whoa! No good. Darkwing's a crossdresser. Who knew? But anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about how the fact that the bird just thought he was naturally dead because how close was that train? Seriously, no logic and stuff. So basically, this is the point where Darkwing decides that he wants to work alone now because he is sick already of Launchpad's antics. I mean, sick. And Launchpad's like, you know what? I still can help. And he's like, no, leave me alone. And he just grabs by the leg. He's the fan. This is what fanboys do. Y'all remember this. This is fanboyism right here. So, yeah. Darkwing and Launchpad, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see more of them in the near future. Okay, so back to the plot. Taurus Bulba basically learns that the Ramrod he stole has an arming code that he has no access to. But he also learns that the creator of it had a granddaughter in the St. Canard orphanage who must know the code because she was practically raised in his lab. Enter Gosalyn Waddlemire. And I gotta say, this girl has the most spirit of any character I've ever seen on the show. She is the rambunctious super sweetheart that you would love to have as a daughter. But just as Taurus Bulba's men try to take young Gosalyn, honestly, I gotta say, this was unexpected as well. She learns how to fight for herself and manages to take these dudes out just before Darkwing saves her. She's not your typical damsel in distress. No, she can fight back, as we will learn in the next episode of Remember When?